My coworker sabotaged my promotion interview by stealing my presentation, so I let her present it without changing. Slide 37. For 3 years I worked alongside Amtil in marketing at Apex. We weren't friends, but we were civil, crabbing coffee occasionally, making small talk about weekend plans. When our director announced her retirement, we both applied for the position. The final interview required a presentation on our 5-year vision for the department. I spent weeks creating a comprehensive strategy. The night before my interview, I stayed late to rehearse, making last-minute tweaks. At 10 p.m., I saved my presentation to both my laptop and the shared drive as backup. I labeled it clearly. Final marketing strategy Taylor Continental. The next morning, my interview was scheduled for 11 a.m., and Bull's was at 9 a.m. I arrived early, and as I passed the conference room, I heard Bull confidently discussing marketing automation part, using my exact phrasing. I froze, watching in disbelief as she flipped through my slides, my graphics, my data, my strategy. She'd only changed the title slide to her name. My stomach dropped. She'd stolen my work from the shared drive. I rushed to my desk, frantically scrolling through the file. I could expose her, but without proof it would look like petty competition. Then I remembered slide 37. It was a detailed competitor analysis I'd included as an appendix. At the bottom in small text, I'd added a note to myself. Remember to mention Taylor's insight about their messaging inconsistency per check notes from March meeting. I'd forgotten to remove that personal reminder, and Onfall, in her rush to steal my work, hadn't noticed it either. That slide was my proof, but more importantly, it was my opportunity. I had 90 minutes until my interview. Instead of panicking, I created a completely different presentation. It wasn't as polished, but it was authentically mine. At 10:50 a.m., I walked past the conference room again. The panel was discussing what they'd just seen. Our CEO was gesturing enthusiastically. Impressive analysis and thorough research. My heart sank. They'd loved it. At 11 a.m., I delivered my new presentation. When I finished, the art director leaned forward. Taylor, could you clarify something? Enfor presented nearly identical market research, but with different conclusions. What's your perspective on this discrepancy? This was my moment. I am not familiar with Freventation, I said calmly, but I'd be happy to explain my methodology. I pulled up the company server, located my original file with its creation Tybensomp, and opened it. This is my original work. I saved it to our shared drive last night. When I reached slide 37, I paused. You might notice this personal reminder I left for myself here. The panel's faces changed as they read the note with my name embedded in it. Our CEO's eyes narrowed. Interesting, he said quietly. 20 minutes after my presentation, the CEO emerged with the header director. We'd like to speak with you privately. They explained that they had reviewed Enfil's presentation file properties, confirming it had been copied from mine. They'd confronted her and she'd admitted everything. We value integrity above all else, the CEO said. 2 days later, I was offered the director position. Enfil was placed on administrative leave. When I moved into my new office, I framed a small print for my wall. It simply says, always check slide 37. Sometimes the best revenge isn't exposing someone's deception. It's giving them just enough rope to hang themselves.